This message is brought to you by Apple Card. Apply for Apple Card today and start earning up to 3% daily cash back on everyday purchases. And that daily cash can even grow automatically when you open a high-yield savings account through Apple Card. What are you waiting for? Visit apple.co/card calculator today to see how much daily cash you can earn. Subject to credit approval. Savings available to Apple Card owners, subject to eligibility. Savings and Apple Card by Goldman Sachs Bank USA. Member FDIC. Terms and more at applecard.com.
This episode is brought to you by LifeLock. Not everyone is careful with your personal information, which might explain why there's a victim of identity theft every 5 seconds in the US. Fortunately, there's LifeLock. LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second for threats to your identity. If your identity is stolen, a US-based restoration specialist will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year by visiting lifelock.com/podcast. Terms apply.
This is Optimal Finance Daily, Working the ESI Scale to Financial Independence by ESI of esimoney.com. As you know, this site is about 3 easy steps towards financial independence: earning, saving, and investing. Separately, I've been thinking about the various ways to reach financial independence. In How to Become Financially Independent, I mentioned a whole host of factors that work together to get someone to F.I.R.E. There are almost as many ways to hit F.I.R.E. as there are moves in a chess match. As I thought more about the ways to become F.I.R.E. and the 3 steps needed to get there, I came up with some random thoughts I want to share with you today. The ESI scale. Let's assume there's a rating scale for each of the steps that describes how good a person is at that particular step. I'm going to suggest this one: disaster, bad, neutral, good, and excellent. You could use different words, but I think the meanings are clear. There is a range from totally terrible to totally awesome. That scale can be used to rate someone or yourself on each of the 3 steps of earning, saving, and investing. By doing this and playing around with some combinations, some interesting conclusions come to light. It's kind of like dissecting paper, rock, scissors. Working the ESI scale. Here are some thoughts I have about the combinations based on my experience. Number 1, you can't be a disaster in any of the steps if you want to reach F.I.R.E. at a reasonable age. Being utterly useless in one of the 3 areas is enough to kill any great progress in the other 2. For instance, even if you're great at earning and saving, if you lose a ton or at least can't propel your earnings through investing, you're dead in the water. If you can't earn more than minimum wage, it's going to be hard to make much headway with the other steps. And of course, we're all probably familiar with the disaster of someone making a ton of money and spending even more. Number 2, even if you're bad in one of the steps, you'll likely be hindered significantly. There's a reason Warren Buffett says, never lose money. And if you're bad at any of the 3 steps, you're going to lose money. Maybe you can overcome it with stellar results with the other 2, but I doubt it. Number 3, those 2 points lead me to the conclusion that to reach F.I.R.E. at any reasonable age, you need to be at least neutral on all of them. At least at that point, you aren't harming your finances. So I'm setting neutral as the baseline for all 3 steps for those who want to reach F.I.R.E. Number 4, as we move to the positive side of things, obviously, the better you are at all of them, the faster you'll get to F.I.R.E. Number 5, I'd add to this that if you want to reach F.I.R.E. when you're younger, let's say 50 or below, you have to be excellent with at least one of them. Number 6, the most common paths for reaching F.I.R.E. in relation to earning, saving, and investing seem to be excellent, good, good, and good, excellent, good. The ones who retire really young are excellent, excellent, good. And number 7, I don't think anyone is excellent at investing. I think good is about all most of us can strive for realistically. That leaves earning and saving as the focus areas for us all. How I match up on the ESI scale. If I was rating my performance on the scale, here's what I give myself. Number 1, earning. Excellent. This is the area where I performed the best in my opinion. I worked at growing my career and literally realized the extra millions I talk about for those who work to make the most of their careers. Most of my success was generated by trial and error. And one reason I write so much about growing careers is to let others in on secrets and tips I had to learn the hard way. Number 2, saving. Good. You could give me an excellent rating depending on your criteria. My savings rate has been 36% over the past 20 years. I think someone would need to be at least 40% to be excellent, but I'll let you judge on that. Still, 36% is pretty good, especially on a high income. And number 3, investing. Good. If I was near the top of the good rating for saving, I think I'm closer to the bottom of the good rating for investing. I started off rocky as I waited to invest and then tried picking my own stocks, both losing moves. I eventually only got good because I listened to other people and did what they said. I learned about index fund investing and started applying it. Then I read the Bogglehead's Guide to Investing and it reinforced what I was doing, so I kept at it. Finally, I got a real estate mentor and listened to him. I bought rental properties near the bottom of the market, which helped deliver a great return and solid appreciation. These then allowed me to retire early. So I'd say good, not excellent. In the end, being excellent at generating income, good at saving it, and good at investing was enough to generate a multi-million-dollar net worth. You just listened to the post titled Working the ESI Scale to Financial Independence by ESI of esimoney.com. The origins of this podcast were once just a dream. That dream turned into the podcast and business you're listening to today. Starting your own business is a dream lots of us share, but too many of us let it remain just a dream. Don't hold yourself back thinking, what if I don't have the skills? What if I can't do it alone? Turn those what ifs into why nots with Shopify by your side. Shopify powers millions of businesses worldwide and handles 10% of all e-commerce in the US, from household names like Mattel to brands just getting started. Build campaigns that reach customers wherever they're scrolling. Plus, Shopify's expertise covers everything: inventory, shipping, returns, and beyond. If you're ready to sell, you're ready for Shopify. Turn those dreams into and give them the best shot at success with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/OFD. Go to shopify.com/OFD. Shopify.com/OFD. When investing your money starts to feel like a second job, Betterment steps in with a little work-life balance. It's the automated investing and savings app that handles the work so you don't have to. While they build and manage your portfolio, you build and manage your weekend plans. While they make it easy to invest for what matters, you just get to enjoy what matters. Their automated tools simplify the complex and put your money to work, optimizing day after day and again. So go ahead, take your time to rest and recharge. Because while your money doesn't need a work-life balance, you do. Make your money hustle with Betterment. Get started at betterment.com. That's BETTERMENT.com. Investing involves risk, performance not guaranteed. I like when ESI states that, quote, there are almost as many ways to hit FI as there are moves in a chess match, end quote. I was just talking to a friend the other day who was noting all the things she's doing wrong on the path to FI, despite the fact that she's making incredible progress. We all have different paths to FI that we need to create ourselves based on our unique circumstances, preferences, and skills. One of the biggest misunderstandings of the FIRE movement is that there's a right way to go about it, and that it's even possible to replicate someone else's path. In reality, the only thing we have in common is that people pursuing FI live below their means. How you go about that, how you invest, and how long it will or should take to reach F.I.R.E is all up for debate. I also love that ESI states that no one can be excellent at investing. The most you can hope for is good. I think the point here is that you have no control over the volatility of the market and overall returns. To be a good investor is someone that invests early and often and holds on for the long term, meaning they don't panic sell. It's a pretty low bar, especially if you're passively investing in low-fee index funds. If you're looking to accelerate your net worth, you'll make more progress by growing the gap between your income and expenses than by focusing on investment returns. And the main reason is because you have more control with the former. But that should do it for another edition of Optimal Finance Daily. I'll be back tomorrow as usual, so I'll see you there on the Friday show, where your optimal life awaits.